Junior want to not be on my I can't really see what did I miss. Ex-strippers.
Come on in here, you guys. We are back for a story time. I'm not going to gaslight you today and say where y'all been, because it's been me, y'all. Okay, but before we get started, go ahead and click the bell for notifications, give the videos a thumbs up, and also engage with me down in the comments. Subscribe to the channel because it is what, y'all? Free. Unlike anything else in America, it is free to subscribe, you guys. So, before we get started, you guys, did I say Happy New Year's? I think I did a video already. Well, Happy New Year's again, y'all. We are back once again. Oh my God, did y'all like the new intro thing that I have? I hope y'all like that one instead of the other one that I had. So we're gonna switch it up just a little bit this year, you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. So I don't know if you guys have seen the video that I did about me being in Kroger's. I better not say Kroger's with an S, because people was highly upset that I said Kroger's. But I say S on everything. Subways, Kroger's, Targets, all of that. So don't Dollar Trees, honey. It's just an S type of thing that comes out. So if you have not seen the video, I'm going to do a little story time, so I give you guys a little bit more extra details or whatever versus what I actually put on TikTok. So if you don't follow me on TikTok, go ahead and check out the video on TikTok and subscribe if you want to. Follow over there on TikTok, you guys. So here's the video. Listen up, y'all. There are beings that is walking this earth and they are not human. I just came from Kroger's. I just got off of work. I went to go pick up a few items, y'all. I go to the bread aisle. Now, the bread aisle is super long. I'm at one end of the bread aisle. There's a guy that's about 3/4 of the way down in the bread aisle. He got a cart. I got a cart. He's looking at me. And you know how you can see out your peripheral that somebody's staring at you. He ain't just looking, but he's staring at me. I kind of look his way. He's still staring. I go ahead and I get my bread. I go back around the other way because I'm going to the international aisle to get some pasta and some other stuff. While I'm in the international aisle at one end, this guy comes around and he's at the top of the same aisle. I see him still looking at me. Now, mind you, there's a couple of things that I need to get out of that aisle. So the first part of the aisle, I grab what I need to grab and I go about midways down. He's at the other end. So he's staring at me still. So I kind of look at him and I go like, how you give somebody that type look? He's still staring. So I'm looking for what I'm looking for. I can't really find it because he's throwing me off because he keeps staring. Mind you, this man don't have nothing in his cart. He's not even turned to look at any food. He's looking directly at me. By this time, I'm like, you know what? I'm not on it. I'm about to just stare you down. So I turn to look at him. Y'all, when I tell you, this man stared at me and his eyes turned black. Everything in his whole eyeball, not just the pupil, but the white part, turned completely black. He looked, it said black, and then he walked away. When I tell you I left that cart sitting in that aisle, I didn't even buy nothing from Kroger's. I left out and I came home. There is stuff, there is beings that is walking in this earth and they at the store, they at whatever, they look like us and everything else, but they are not human. I don't even know what to say. Now, first of all, why do I be talking like, y'all, it is stuff. Like to really draw you in like that. But it's kind of creepy. I'm like, girl, why is you that creepy? Why is you pushed up that close to that daggone thing? I think I was shook a little bit. Y'all, so I had just got off of work, okay? So anybody know me know I work 12-hour shifts. 12-hour shifts, baby, is hard and long. And so normally when I get off of work, since I've been working at this company, I be eating a lot of fast foods because we work Monday through Thursday. And 12 hours, after you do 12 hours, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go home and cook some salmon and all of this different stuff. But really, once you get off of work, you don't feel like stopping at the store to pick up hardly nothing. And we wear steel-toe shoes. So it's something about them steel-toe shoes, y'all. I don't know if somebody ever that watched this video ever wore steel-toe shoes, but something about steel-toe shoes just don't sit right with your feet. I don't care how you try to get them comfortable, how much you paid for them, the whole 9 yards. Them things, after so many months and so many hours, start irritating your feet. So your feet is tired. So you ain't trying to really go to the grocery store. You trying to get home. First of all, it takes me about 23 to 25 minutes, depending on traffic, to even get to Kroger's, even get there. And then to walk around that store. By the time I get my stuff and get out of the store, it's at least 15 minutes. Then I still got to drive home. By the time I drive home, y'all, hey, it's close to 8 o'clock and I ain't even cooked. So most times I stop and get something to eat. So I noticed, honey, I wasn't that skinny before, but I done picked up some weight since being there. So I decide now this new year, I'm going to start eating a little bit better, which I have been a little bit successful in doing. So look at this, y'all. I got my little jar right here. I'm on the mason jar kick. Remember I showed y'all the little comedy, cooking and comedy thing with my salad. So I've been good on my salads. I got some yogurts and Greek yogurts and stuff that's put, you know, I got some Greek yogurt and stuff that, you know, I put in there with granola. So I'm trying to eat right. So I decided I'm going to go there. I need to pick up a few items. Y'all, as you see from the video, let me tell you something. I don't have time for the foolishness and the shenanigans. So this person was a Caucasian person, brown hair. It was a guy. Well, I think I said that in the video. Short cut hair, had on a sky blue t-shirt and just like some little regular khaki pants. One thing I should have noticed off the rip was the fact that he did not have a coat on. Now, the day that I went there, it was cold. Last week, y'all, here in Ohio, it was freezing. Now, I think it was Monday or either Tuesday. I forgot what day it was. But it was so cold that the schools had closed. So that wind was on your tail. The hawk was out. But he didn't have a coat on. When I think about it in hindsight, that should have been some type of indicator like, what's going on with this man? He ain't got no coat on. But not to be funny, a lot of white people like the cold weather. So it's not kind of abnormal because I used to work at this one place and this guy every single day wore slides. He wore sandals. If it was snow outside, he wore sandals and shorts. If it was hot, sandals and shorts. His freaking wardrobe and his footwear never ever changed. So he didn't have a coat on. And normally I'm aware of my surroundings, but you got to watch it when you're like tired and you're trying to do stuff. You're not as alert as you should be. And there was a lot of people, you guys, that was down in the comments that was like, you should have recorded him. Let me tell you something. I'm not the type of person. Now, some people are. I'm not the type of person, first of all, that's walking around with my phone attached to my hand. This is my extra phone, y'all. I don't walk around with it attached in my hand. When I get in the store or if I'm getting out my car, I throw that phone in the purse, in my purse. Or I'll put it in my back. If I don't have my purse on me, I put it in my back pocket. But with my job, I got like a little bag, a tote bag that I carry around. I don't have my phone in my hand like that. And I definitely don't have my phone on record. So how are you going to record somebody that's doing something or that does something real quick if the way he did it was so fast? There was no way for me to say, pull out my phone. Hold on, could you do that again? Like, come on, y'all. Get it together. Honey, so the man, like I said, I looked at him or whatever. I'm staring him down because I was on one because I just don't like people staring at me. I don't stare at people. I think people that stare are rude. If you got something to say it, or at least act like you're not staring. You know, if you're going to side look like that, act like you're not staring. But to sit there and just stare continually, to me, it annoys me. It really annoys me. So I decided I'm going to look back at you. And baby, I don't know why I did it because it happened so fast, y'all. It was just like, that's how his eyes did. But they got like a little bigger. Like if you see my eyes now, and if it was to change, you'd be like, wait a minute, what? You got to, take the screenshot it and push it in a little bit to see it. But his eyes kind of open like this, and he did it. And he just looked, and I'm like, oh, I see you. And he turned around and he left. Let me tell you something. I left that car, baby. I left the car. I wasn't hungry no more. That took my appetite. I don't want no bread. I'm going home. Y'all, you know what I did when I came home? I ate a whole chicken patty. It was some vegan chicken patties by Good Morning. That's the name of or Morning Star or something. It's called a company. I ate me 2 chicken patties, came and got my tail in the house, honey. Let me tell you something. I'm a whole entire Christian. I done seen demonic activity before. If you are in church, now for those that ain't in church or whatever, honey, most times you ain't got to be in church. You can see some demonic activity, or you're aware that there's another world outside of us. Okay, everybody ain't human. There's some spirits walking around. When people are running into different places and shooting folks up, and then you see them in their the picture that the jail takes, and see them in that type of photo, and they got this weird look like this on their face. That is not them. That's them, but there's something behind them. There's some type of demonic spirit that, I don't know, entered them, they entertained or whatever, and they did it, and that's why most time they wake up, or when they get caught, they're like, I don't know what happened, I blacked out, because at that point, it wasn't you. This thing took you over, and you started doing stuff. I'm aware of that type stuff. Now, if you don't believe that type stuff, that's fine with you, but for me, I believe there is demonic activity. I believe there is an absolute devil that's out there that's possessing people. I believe people open themselves up to portals and things for things to come inside of them. They come into agreement with it. They hear some voice say, push that person. And when you do it, you just came into agreement with that spirit that spoke in your ear. If you keep doing that, eventually that thing's going to tell you to do something weird or crazy or insane, and you'll do it because you're in agreement with it. So I'm fully aware of the spirit realm, you guys. But that particular day, I wasn't up for the battle. I wasn't there for that type battle. Now, if he would have walked toward me, we're going to deal with it when you walk toward me. Don't get it twisted. I love to giggle, but there's a whole nother spiritual side that's to me. For those that's been with me for a while, I may have told you that I'm a minister. Been a minister for years, been a second assistant pastor, those that follow the cult thing. So I done dealt with that type of stuff before. I done seen it in my family members. I done seen it in my house before, and had to shut some things down. Baby, I got whole holy oil right here, honey, that I got from my aunt, who was showing up prayer warrior. But every battle, you don't have to enter, you guys. You just don't. It revealed itself what it was, okay, and walk away. And that is not human. That thing was not human. Well, the body was human, but what did it was not human. Because a human cannot make their eyes turn black. You just can't. Now, if I black your eyes, it's going to look like your eyes black. But you can't do that. So I'm just letting people know. But I know when you say demons and stuff like that, people are like, oh, it's this big controversy. So I simply just said there's things out there that are not human. They're not human. It's just not. We have to be aware of that. It's not human. There's other things that are operating outside of us. We are not the only ones that's here. I'm not talking about aliens. We are not the only beings or spirits or whatever you want to say that is in this world. It's not. And I wasn't gonna battle it. I saw it, kind of shook me because I wasn't ready for that. I'm trying to get bread and got doggone noodles, honey. I'm trying to get home. But that lets you know that there's stuff that's walking around that could be next to you. And I remember laughing at that lady. Did y'all see that video of that lady? She was like, that thing is not real, I'm telling you. And everybody laughed at her, but they never told what she saw. I never saw an interview after that of what that woman actually saw. Now, I don't know if her thing was a hoax, but once I did the video, I found out there were so many people that were in my inbox. When I say so many people that was in my inbox, and so many people had took my video and duetted, where you like tell your side of the story. And honey, so I know I ain't lying. I know there's other people, but people are scared to say it. Why? Because you're gonna think they cuckoo, or you on drugs, or you this, or you that. Girl, I don't know what they. I don't know how the video turned on me, honey. They started talking about me, talking about my physical appearances, talking about my nose. Honey, I know my nose big, and I know I look like my daddy, which means I look slightly like a man. I can have man is masculine features, y'all. I mean, they talked about everything up underneath the sun. And I said, now, how is this done shifted to my physical appearance from being talking about a video about things that's walking around that's not human? So but I didn't care nothing about it, honey, because as long as you was clicking and liking, I get paid. Speak on. Speak on, honey. So I kept getting these little notifications from TikTok, like anti-bullying, harassing, filter your comments, anti-bullying, and I'm like, what did you talking about? Now, mind you, I never, as many times as I went viral, you guys, many times, I've never had people attack me I have people say a few things about my physical appearance, which I don't care. I don't engage in that crap. But I have a couple of times, y'all. I was on one. But I've never had anyone attack me. They just laugh, they giggle, whatever. But when you speak on something that doesn't want to be known, or people don't want to accept, or the devil don't want to get people off track, that out of that whole video, why are you worried about my physical appearance? I got 600 something videos on TikTok and Instagram separately, and you worried about the size of my nose and not what I'm actually saying to you. So to me, that was like a diversion. Like, you get caught up in that. And so I guess after a while, I got tired of getting notifications from TikTok. So I kind of filtered the comments. Not that I read a couple of them. I'm like, okay, somebody, this was the one that got me. And I start to rip this guy. Because one thing people don't know about me, baby, I can cap. I can let you have it. I can. He said, is her nose attached to those glasses? I said, this stupid dummy. I said, people are stupid. I was like, it is big, but it ain't attached, y'all. Stupid. I had blue glasses before, so it wasn't attached. I said, people are just so dumb. But, honey, they tried to cover me, honey, in them comments. That's why you got to be secure if you doing social media, baby, because they going to get your tail. It's just going to be certain people out of nowhere. But when I say they were fierce so much that it just kept sending me, I was getting so many notifications about harassment and bullying notifications from TikTok that it was almost more of those than the dinging, the numbers that you get from the clicks and the views. I guess what it is. So I said, okay, we're going to cut this, and we just filter. And there was people in there that was defending me in the comments, like going off like, and like the men that was saying something. It was like, you a real lame to come on a woman's platform and talk about a woman, and you a whole man, so it was just whatever. But you guys, this one guy reached out to me. His name is Chris Franklin. He's on TikTok, I believe. I don't think he's on Instagram, but I follow him on TikTok. Y'all, let y'all see this video. Let me tell you something. We as a people can't take nothing serious, because if Saturday Night Live would take something so serious and then eventually they'll turn it into a whole skit. He took this video, he inboxed me and asked me, Miss Sherry, can I do your video? Now, I've been following this guy anyways, and he has a way of narrating stories that is beyond hilarious to me. His commentary is hilarious, you guys. So here's his video.
Miss Sherry clocked out for work and headed right back to fuckery. Once she arrived at Kroger's grocery store, she noticed that a guy was standing at the top of the aisle, and she noticed that he was staring at her as if he was soulless. Now, all Miss Sherry wanted was pasta, corn, and bread, but my boy was giving her that Jeffrey Dahmer look. The strange man stalked her on every aisle that she went to. It got so bad that she had a stare-off with dude, and I believe that's exactly what he wanted. Within a second, his pupil dilated so much that his entire eyes were jet black, as if he wanted her to know that he wasn't human. Miss Sherry said, fuck that. She left that buggy and got the hell on through. Nah, fuck that. That alien motherfucker would have had to chase me around that whole fucking store until I would have grabbed me a motherfucking peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm not leaving empty-handed because gas is too high to be making second trips to the store. Miss Sherry, you should have hit Mr. Alien Man with one of those sound like farts. You damn right. I would have laid a motherfucking rotten egg on aisle 9. I promise you, I would have fucked this whole damn vibe up. Now Miss Sherry got this story pinned on her page. Go watch it.
Baby, when I saw that, I died laughing. He's like, she was just at the store to get some bread, some corn. I think he said, and some noodles. I lost it. Baby, I lost it when he said that, you guys. And I was so honored because I think that guy is hilarious. So, you guys, go ahead and give him a follow if you want to give him a follow. If you like his style, I absolutely love his style of commentary and comedy that he does, you guys. So, with all that being said, honey, why am I laughing? That is the story time for today. We will be back. What's today? Thursday? Chad, we're going to be back next week. Oh my God. And we'll be back next week, you guys, with another story time, or we may do a cooking and comedy. We may do a You Say What show. I gotta think of something different, honey. Maybe I do like daily blogs or something. Me walking around town doing something like that. I don't know. Something to switch it up and change it up, you guys. I appreciate your support. Go ahead and click the bell for notifications. Give the video a thumbs up. Engage with me down in the comments and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, you guys. Peace.